Hey there, my name is Anna and I have something important to tell you, and that is being a people pleaser to some of us feels like the root trait of our actual personality. Now we have done this for so long that it's not easy to just stop doing it, but it's obvious that compromising our own needs for the fear that people will resent, reject, disapprove and criticize us is actually very unhealthy. So let's work together, my beautiful person, and unlearn the signs that means that you are being too nice to others. Let's go. You want everyone to like you. Look, I get it. Being too nice for your own good usually stems from wanting people to actually like you. Therefore, you will put up and pretty much do anything just to keep the other person happy so that they like you more. This could be saying you like a certain type of music, choosing to only eat the foods that they like. It could be a whole range of things. Another sign is that you feel guilty when you have to set boundaries. Setting boundaries is needed by everyone so that people do not take advantage of us, but some of us have never learned how to set boundaries, so it feels uncomfortable to do so. Now, some different types of boundaries includes communication, being contacted at a certain time of the day, letting people borrow money from you or items of clothing, and also how you prefer to be treated. Now, if you find it very hard to set boundaries and feel super guilty having to act when someone oversteps your boundaries, then this is a sign that you are being too nice. You are deathly afraid of conflict. Now, the dread knowing conflict could happen between you and a family member or even a friend or maybe even your boss, you hate it and you would go out of your way to completely avoid it and hope that they never ever mention it and you can just live without that conflict. But you need to be strong and you do not need to give in to the other person for the sake of just keeping the peace. You do things that you do not want to do. A common example here that a lot of people do is staying on the phone much longer than you want to, or having a conversation in person with someone who just keeps talking to you about the same type of things, the same topics. Now, putting up with this behavior means you are more focused on the other person and keeping them happy than yourself who is falling asleep. You need to speak up and excuse yourself from the conversations because otherwise, I've done this, it's very true, people will assume that you are an amazing listener. And believe me, they will keep on wanting to have more additional long conversations with you. So just don't do it. Cut it off from the start. You need to learn to say no when you don't want to do something. You let people take advantage of you. Have a think. Do people always come to you to fix their problems? And are you consistently saying yes to do favors for people and completely leaving you short with your free time? If you feel overwhelmed by people and their requests, this is a big sign that you are way too nice for your own good. You don't think that self-care is that important. Self-care, oh baby, this is the route to a happy well-being and overall positive outlook on life. And if you find yourself skipping self-care, this could be anything from 20 minutes of reading a day, getting enough sleep and eating regularly just so you can keep someone else happy. For example, you have to travel to their house, so that means you cut into your sleeping time, or you are delaying how many meals you have a day just so you can hand in work to keep your boss happy. This is not healthy and you should not be doing this. You do not prioritize your own needs. This is a very common one. Now, you could find yourself saying yes to help out others when really you have a whole heap of work to finish as soon as you get back home. This could mean that you put everyone else above you and over that big to-do list. This is very unhealthy, and if you keep letting people do this, it will just become the norm that people get used to taking advantage of you because you never say otherwise, you never decline. So if you happen to be that person that gets a call at 3 a.m. in the morning because someone is drunk and they need to get a ride home, because you never say, you know what, you just woke me up. I was having an amazing dream. I can't believe you've done this. Because you don't say otherwise, they're going to think, oh, I need to get home. I'm really obliterated. I know, I would call Anna because she always seems to never mind me asking crazy suggestions at 3 a.m. in the morning. Now, it happens, and it's one of these things that if you have never learned how to stop being overly nice to people, You have to teach yourself these skills. I get it, adulting is hard. We were not born with manuals, and sometimes our parents didn't do the best they could have done because maybe they didn't know any different. So take all of these steps on board and have a look and think, am I doing these things in the video?